Hello, dear friend. I want to start this video with a simple but important question. When was the last time you thought about your kidneys? Not your heart, not your joints, but your kidneys. Those two quiet, hardworking organs tucked in your lower back. They don't make noise. They don't grab your attention, but they're always working every hour, every day to filter your blood, remove waste, and keep your body in balance. And here's the truth that surprises many people. Kidney disease often shows no symptoms in the early stages. By the time you feel something is wrong, the damage may already be serious. That's why today's video matters. Because when it comes to your kidneys, prevention is everything. In this video, we're going to talk about 11 daily habits that could be silently harming your kidneys. Habits that millions of people don't even realize are dangerous. But more importantly, I'm going to share what you can do to protect your kidneys starting right now, no matter your age. We'll talk about things like sugar, salt, dehydration, painkillers, and even everyday habits that seem harmless, but can slowly wear down your kidney function over time. And please stay with me until the end because the final habit is one that surprises almost everyone. In fact, it might be something you're doing right now without knowing the harm it causes. If you care about staying independent, feeling strong, and protecting your quality of life as you age, then this message is for you. Let's begin. Habit number 1, consuming too much sugar. Let's talk about sugar. For many of us, it's been a lifelong companion and a little in our morning coffee, a cookie with lunch, or a dessert after dinner. Sugar brings comfort, and it's hard to imagine daily life without it. But here's what many people don't realize. Too much sugar can quietly and steadily harm your kidneys. Every time you eat foods high in added sugar like soda, candy, baked goods, or even packaged sauces, your blood sugar rises. When this happens too often, it damages the small blood vessels inside your kidneys, the ones that work like tiny filters. Over time, those filters stop working properly. Waste builds up, and you may not feel a thing until your kidneys are already in trouble. This is exactly what happens with type 2 diabetes, and it's why diabetes is the #1 cause of chronic kidney disease in the United States today. But even if you don't have diabetes, eating too much sugar can still cause problems. It raises your blood pressure, leads to weight gain, and creates inflammation, all of which place extra strain on your kidneys. There's another issue too. When sugar levels stay high, your body produces harmful compounds called advanced glycation end products. These compounds cause your kidney tissues to become inflamed and stressed, leading to long-term damage. Now here's the good news. You can take control. Start reading labels. Choose whole foods over processed snacks. Drink water instead of sugary drinks, and try to limit added sugars to no more than 25 grams per day. That's about 6 teaspoons. Even small changes can make a big difference over time. So the next time you crave something sweet, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, is this helping or harming my body? Your kidneys work hard for you every day, and they deserve a little care in return. Habit number 2, consuming too much salt. Now let's talk about something that's sitting in almost every kitchen, salt. It's in our soups, our casseroles, our favorite snacks, and a little bit of salt is fine. Our bodies need it to function. But here's the truth. When we eat too much salt, especially over many years, it slowly damages our kidneys. You see, salt contains sodium, and when we eat too much of it, our bodies hold on to more water. That extra fluid raises our blood pressure. And high blood pressure is one of the biggest enemies of kidney health. It puts pressure on the small, delicate blood vessels in the kidneys, just like turning up the water pressure in an old garden hose. Over time, that pressure wears them down. Your kidneys filter more than 50 gallons of blood every single day. That's a big job. When your blood pressure is too high, the kidneys are forced to work harder than they should. Eventually, they begin to lose their ability to filter waste properly. But that's not all. Too much sodium can also cause inflammation and oxidative stress, which basically means more damage to kidney tissues on a deeper level. So what can we do? The World Health Organization recommends no more than 5 grams of salt per day. That's about 1 teaspoon, and that includes salt already in the foods we buy, like bread, canned goods, and frozen meals. Start checking labels when you shop. Choose low sodium options when possible. Flavor your food with herbs, garlic, lemon, or pepper instead of reaching for the salt shaker. Your taste buds will adjust, and your kidneys will thank you. Remember, it's not about cutting salt out completely. It's about being aware, being kind to your body, and giving your kidneys the support they need to keep doing their job quietly and faithfully for years to come. Habit number 3, eating too much protein. Protein is essential. It helps our muscles stay strong, supports healing, and keeps us feeling full. As we age, getting enough protein is important when it's soon. But like most things in life, too much of a good thing can become harmful. And when it comes to your kidneys, eating more protein than your body needs may actually cause long-term damage. Here's why. When we eat protein, whether it's from meat, dairy, or even plant sources, our bodies break it down into smaller parts. That process creates waste products like urea and ammonia, which must be filtered out of the blood by the kidneys. The more protein you eat, the more waste is created and the harder your kidneys have to work. Now, if your kidneys are already healthy, they can usually handle a little extra work. But if you have diabetes, high blood pressure, or even slightly reduced kidney function, which is common in older adults, that extra protein can become a problem. It's like running an old engine at full speed every day. Eventually, the parts start to wear out. Research shows that long-term high-protein diets can speed up the decline in kidney function, especially in people who already have some risk factors. This includes many older adults who may not even know their kidneys are under stress. So, how much is enough? Most experts recommend about 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. For a person who weighs 154 pounds, that's around 70 kilograms, the ideal amount is about 56 grams of protein per day. That's equal to 2 eggs, 1 chicken breast, and a small serving of beans. More than enough for most people. The key is balance. You don't need to cut out protein. Just be mindful of how much you're eating and make sure you're not going overboard, especially if you're on a high-protein diet for weight loss or muscle building. Your kidneys are strong, but they're not invincible. Let's not overload them. Give them what they need, and no more than that. Habit number 4, not drinking enough water. Water is something we often take for granted until we don't have enough of it. But did you know that even mild dehydration can have a serious impact on your kidneys? Our kidneys are like natural filters. They clean our blood, remove waste, and help balance fluids and electrolytes in the body. But in order to do all that, they need enough water to function properly. Without it, they can't flush out toxins as efficiently. Think of it like trying to rinse dishes with just a trickle of water. The mess doesn't go away, it just builds up. When we don't drink enough, our blood becomes thicker and harder to filter. This puts more strain on the kidneys. Over time, that strain adds up and may lead to kidney stones, urinary tract infections, or even chronic kidney disease. And here's the thing. Many older adults naturally feel less thirsty, so dehydration can happen without realizing it. Signs of mild dehydration include dark-colored urine, dry mouth, fatigue, or dizziness. If you notice any of these regularly, your body may be asking for more water. So how much should you be drinking? A general rule is about 8 cups per day. That's around 2 liters of water, but this can vary depending on your body weight, medications, activity level, or the weather. Some people may need more, especially in hot climates, or if taking diuretics. And remember, not all fluids are equal. Coffee and alcohol can actually dehydrate you, Water is best, but herbal teas and water-rich foods like cucumbers or watermelon also help. Start by making water a part of your daily rhythm. Drink a glass first thing in the morning. Sip throughout the day. Don't wait until you're thirsty. By then, you may already be dehydrated. Your kidneys do so much for you. Give them the one thing they need the most: clean, refreshing water. Habit number 5, overusing painkillers. Pain is a part of life, especially as we get older. A stiff back, aching knees, or sore joints can make daily life uncomfortable, so it's only natural to reach for something that helps. Over-the-counter pain relievers like ibuprofen, aspirin, or naproxen are easy to find and often seem harmless, but using them too often or for too long can quietly damage your kidneys. Here's why. Medications like nonsteroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, also known as NSAIDs, work by reducing inflammation and pain, but they also reduce blood flow to the kidneys. When your kidneys don't receive enough blood, they can't filter waste as efficiently. This may not cause problems right away, but over time, the reduced blood flow can lead to serious kidney issues, especially if you're already at risk due to age, high blood pressure, or diabetes. Even acetaminophen, which many people think of as a safer option, can have effects on kidney health when used in high doses or over a long period of time. And if taken alongside other medications, the risk can increase. Many people take these drugs daily without realizing that their kidneys are quietly struggling. If you use pain relievers regularly, even just a couple of pills a day, it's important to talk with your doctor. There may be safer ways to manage your pain, such as physical therapy, stretching exercises, heat or cold therapy, or prescription medications that are easier on your kidneys. You don't have to suffer through pain, but you also don't have to risk your long-term health to manage it. Your kidneys are not just filters, they're life-sustaining organs. Treat them with care. Pain relief is important, but so is protecting the parts of your body that work silently every day to keep you going. Habit number 6, drinking too much alcohol. Let's talk honestly about alcohol. For many people, a glass of wine with dinner or a cold beer on the weekend is part of life, a way to relax or enjoy time with friends. And in moderation, that can be okay. But when alcohol becomes a daily habit, or when we drink more than our bodies can handle, it can quietly harm our kidneys in ways we don't always notice. Your kidneys have an important job, filtering toxins and keeping your body's fluid and chemical balance in check. When you drink alcohol, your body treats it as a toxin, and your kidneys, along with your liver, have to work extra hard to get rid of it. But alcohol does more than just add to their workload. It also dehydrates you. Alcohol is a diuretic, meaning it makes you urinate more. This pulls water out of your body, reducing blood flow to the kidneys. Without enough hydration, your kidneys can't do their job properly, and harmful waste can build up in your system. Over time, excessive drinking can raise your blood pressure, one of the leading causes of kidney disease. It can also lead to liver damage, and when the liver struggles, the kidneys are affected too. These organs are deeply connected, and when one suffers, the other often does too. So what counts as too much? For older adults, health experts often recommend no more than 1 drink per day. And some people may need to avoid alcohol entirely, especially if they already have high blood pressure, diabetes, or early signs of kidney issues. You don't have to give up alcohol completely if your doctor says it's okay, but cutting back, even just a little, can go a long way in protecting your kidneys and your overall health. Your body has worked hard for you all these years. Maybe now is the time to return the favor with gentle choices that support your well-being for years to come. Habit number 7, not getting enough physical activity. Let's face it, as we get older, moving around isn't always as easy as it used to be. Stiff joints, sore muscles, or just plain fatigue can make us want to slow down. But here's the thing. Not moving enough can quietly harm your kidneys. You see, physical activity plays a big role in keeping your kidneys healthy, and not just because it keeps your weight in check. When you exercise, even gently, it improves circulation throughout your entire body. That means better blood flow to your kidneys, which helps them filter waste more effectively. When we don't move enough, blood flow becomes sluggish. Over time, this reduced circulation can lead to a buildup of toxins in the body, placing unnecessary stress on the kidneys. Lack of movement also contributes to insulin resistance and high blood pressure, two major risk factors for kidney disease. The good news is you don't need to run marathons or spend hours at the gym. Simple, steady movement is more than enough. A 20-minute walk, light stretching in the morning, gentle yoga or Tai Chi, even gardening or dancing in your living room can get your blood moving and your heart rate up in a way that feels enjoyable and safe. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. If you've been inactive for a while, start small. A short stroll after breakfast, a few minutes of movement during commercial breaks, it all adds up. And if you have medical conditions or mobility concerns, always check with your doctor before starting a new routine. Your kidneys love fresh blood flow and balanced blood pressure, and your body loves to move, even if it's just a little bit at a time. So today, ask yourself, how can I move in a way that feels good? Then do it for your kidneys, for your energy, and for the joy of staying active in your own life. Habit number 8, smoking. We all know that smoking is harmful. It affects the lungs, the heart, and increases the risk of cancer. But one thing many people don't realize is how deeply smoking affects the kidneys. Those quiet, hard-working organs that filter your blood every minute of every day. When you smoke, the chemicals in tobacco enter your bloodstream. These toxic substances cause your blood vessels to narrow and stiffen, including the tiny vessels in your kidneys. This reduced blood flow makes it harder for your kidneys to do their job. And over time, this damage builds up silently. Studies have shown that smoking increases the risk of developing chronic kidney disease. If you already have kidney problems, smoking can make them worse, and it can speed up the decline of kidney function, leading more quickly to serious conditions like kidney failure. But that's not all. Smoking also raises your blood pressure and makes it harder to control diabetes, two of the biggest causes of kidney disease. It also increases protein levels in your urine, which is an early warning sign that your kidneys may be struggling. Now, if you've been smoking for years, you might be thinking, isn't it too late for me? The answer is no. It's never too late to quit. In fact, the moment you stop smoking, your body begins to heal. Your blood pressure can improve, your circulation gets better, and your kidneys get the chance to function with less stress. Quitting is not easy, and no one should expect you to do it alone. Talk to your doctor, ask about support programs, lean on family and friends. Each step you take brings you closer to a healthier, stronger version of yourself. You've already made it this far in life. That strength is still in you, in your kidneys, in your entire body, and will thank you for every smoke-free day ahead. Habit number 9, ignoring urinary tract infections. Most people think of urinary tract infections, or UTIs, as a minor inconvenience. A little burning, maybe a few extra trips to the bathroom. But for older adults especially, a UTI can be much more serious, and ignoring one can quietly lead to lasting damage to your kidneys. Here's what happens. A UTI typically begins in the bladder, but if it's left untreated, the infection can travel upward through the urinary tract and reach the kidneys. This condition is called pyelonephritis, and it's not something to take lightly. A kidney infection can cause fever, chills, back pain, and in some cases, permanent damage to the kidneys themselves. Even more concerning, in older adults, the signs of a UTI can be easy to miss. Sometimes there's no burning at all. Instead, there may be confusion, fatigue, or sudden changes in behavior. That's why it's so important to pay attention when something doesn't feel quite right. Recurrent UTIs, meaning infections that keep coming back, can cause scarring in the kidney tissues over time. And that scarring can reduce kidney function, leading to chronic kidney disease. There are also other risks. A long-standing infection may cause blockages in the urinary tract or contribute to kidney stone formation, both of which make the kidneys work harder than they should. So what can you do? First, don't ignore the signs, even if they seem small. Burning, urgency, cloudy urine, or just not feeling like yourself. Talk to your doctor. A simple urine test can catch the problem early before it gets worse. Second, drink plenty of water. Staying well hydrated helps flush bacteria from your urinary system before it has a chance to grow. Your kidneys are strong, but they're also vulnerable. Don't wait for a little issue to become a big one. When you listen to your body, you give yourself the chance to heal and to protect the organs that take care of you every single day. Habit number 10, drinking too much caffeine. Let's take a moment to talk about something many of us enjoy every day, caffeine. Whether it's that first hot cup of coffee in the morning, a glass of iced tea in the afternoon, or maybe a piece of dark chocolate after dinner, caffeine is a regular part of life for many older adults. And in moderation, it's perfectly okay. But too much caffeine, that can quietly affect your kidneys in ways you might not expect. Caffeine is a natural stimulant, but it's also a diuretic, meaning it makes you urinate more often. And when your body loses too much fluid through urination, it can become dehydrated. Dehydration, as we've talked about before, puts strain on your kidneys and makes it harder for them to remove waste from your body efficiently. Caffeine can also cause temporary spikes in blood pressure, especially if consumed in large amounts. While those brief changes may seem harmless, over time, they can contribute to long-term stress on your kidneys, especially if you already have high blood pressure or other underlying health conditions. There's also a link between caffeine and kidney stones. Some caffeinated beverages, like certain teas and colas, contain substances called oxalates. These can contribute to the formation of kidney stones when combined with low hydration and high calcium levels. Another thing to consider is sleep. Caffeine can disrupt your sleep if consumed too late in the day. Poor sleep affects more than just your energy. It also impacts your hormones, your blood pressure, and even your kidney function over time. So how much is too much? Most health experts recommend that adults limit their caffeine intake to around 400 milligrams per day. That's roughly 3 to 4 regular cups of coffee. But for older adults, a little less may be better, especially if you're sensitive to caffeine's effects. If you love your morning coffee, you don't have to give it up. Just stay mindful of how much you're having and balance it with plenty of water throughout the day. A gentle routine, a clear mind, and happy kidneys. That's a balance worth aiming for. Habit number 11, not managing chronic conditions properly. Now we've come to one of the most important habits of all, and it's one that affects millions of older adults. It's the habit of not staying on top of chronic health conditions like diabetes and high blood pressure. These two conditions are among the most common in the United States, and they are also the leading causes of kidney disease. Here's how it works. When blood sugar stays too high for too long, as it often does in uncontrolled diabetes, it damages the tiny blood vessels in the kidneys. These vessels are critical for filtering your blood and removing waste. Over time, that damage adds up, leading to a slow but steady decline in kidney function. High blood pressure works in a similar way. When pressure in your blood vessels stays elevated, it pushes hard against the delicate walls of your kidney's blood vessels. It's like turning the pressure up on a garden hose every single day. Eventually, the hose starts to weaken. The kidneys struggle to keep up, and their ability to filter your blood begins to fade. The most difficult part is that kidney damage doesn't usually cause symptoms until much later, when it's already serious. That's why prevention and good management are so important. So what can you do? First, work closely with your doctor. Make sure your medications are doing what they're supposed to. Monitor your blood sugar and blood pressure at home if needed. Eat a balanced diet that supports your kidneys, low in added sugars, low in sodium, and rich in whole foods. Stay physically active, even in small ways. And most importantly, don't wait until something feels wrong. Taking care of chronic conditions isn't just about avoiding illness. It's about protecting your independence, your energy, and your future. You've come this far in life with strength, wisdom, and resilience. Now is the time to use all of that to take control of your health and give your kidneys the support they deserve. A message from the heart. You've just taken an important step, one that many people overlook until it's too late. By learning about the habits that quietly harm your kidneys, you're giving yourself something incredibly valuable, the power to protect your health, your independence, and your future. Our kidneys don't ask for much. They work behind the scenes without complaint, filtering our blood, balancing our fluids, and keeping our bodies running smoothly, day in and day out. But when they begin to fail, life changes in ways that are hard to imagine. That's why taking care of them now is one of the most loving things you can do for yourself and for the people who love you. Remember, it's not about being perfect. You don't have to change everything overnight. What matters is awareness and progress, one small decision at a time. Drinking more water, using less salt, being gentle with pain medications, moving a little more each day. Every choice you make to support your kidneys adds up.